Hello, I'm Zash, and welcome to episode 15 of my G-Senjou no Maou, or The Devil on G-String Let's Read. Joining me, as always, is my co-reader Faith. Last episode was quite an eventful one. We had made the exchange. Well, no, not an exchange. It was a drop-off of the ransom. And Usami nearly caught Maou, but he escaped and foiled Usami's attempt to retrieve the ransom. When did he make that switch? It was never out of Tsubaki's grasp, so where did he make the change? I don't know, unless Kyosuke is Maou and he stole it out of the locker in the train station. But please enjoy as we solve this mystery. Get this, Kyosuke-chan. I went to school today. It's my Christmas today. Christmas? Are you surprised? Not in the least. What you meant to say, it's your birthday, right? Dish out your offerings. Would some cheap cafeteria food do? Screw you. At least make it a monographed wallet. Forget about it, kid. I don't owe you anything. I waved my hand, dismissing him. Hey, Usami-san, give me a present. He began to extort from the person sitting in front of me. Usami.
Oopsies.
Usami-san, it's my birthday today.
Oopsies.
Usami was silent, lost in thought. I mean birthday when I say birthday, Usami-san.
Ellipses.
Usami silently held her hand out to Aichi.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Wait, what's this? A raffle ticket?
The raffle's already over. But yes, it is.
Hey, wait a second.
You can use it as a shoulder massage ticket instead.
You'll massage my shoulders?
Yes. Anytime you wish.
Woohoo! Let's get to it then.
Now?
You bet!
Got it.
I've always wanted to boss around this arrogant chick. You better get to work, woman. Usami stood behind Aichi. Seeing the two of you right next to each other makes Aichi look really short. She took my comment as a cue to start massaging.
Okay then. Let's get to it.
Alright. Hey. Ouch!
Huh?
That hurts! Ow! Do it lightly!
Oh.
It still hurts!
Sorry, my mind is wandering.
Think later!
Is this better?
It's killing me!
Actually, Edakichi-san, your shoulder's not stiff at all. Okay, I don't like where this conversation is going.
Really?
That's why it hurts.
It's not because you're too strong? Is she really that strong?
No, he's just that much of a cream puff.
There's that. Yeah, dude, it's no joke. You try it, Kyosuke-kun.
Well, in any case, the massage is over now. You looked as if it was unpleasant. I apologize.
Usami returned to her seat. Hey, Usami, come massage me too.
It's not your birthday today, Azai-san.
Come on. Just a little bit.
I don't want to. Especially not for you, Azai-san.
Gosh, you must really hate me.
Wow, cold. Ellipses.
I know you're upset about your failure yesterday, but don't take it out on me.
Ooh!
Hmm?
Kyosuke? That was blunt, Kyosuke. That wasn't my intention, but I can't blame you if you feel that I was. So, I apologize.
You don't have to apologize.
No, I'm very sorry.
Ellipses. She's probably feeling down because she feels responsible for what happened yesterday.
But I still don't want to massage your shoulders.
She mumbled the rest.
Not in a place like this. Oh, she wants it to be special.
Ellipses. Ellipses. I ran into Sabaki in the hall.
Good morning, Miss Icon.
Yo, you're coming back to school already?
Mm-hmm. Taking another day off won't help anything.
True, but are you sure you're okay? Emotionally? Sabaki looked as steady as always. I could still tell, though, that her stability was a forced facade. Has the kidnapper contacted you? I asked her softly.
No.
Is that so? I hope Hiroaki-kun is still okay.
I brought the cell phone today, though. He might try to contact me at any time.
Ah, I see. Don't let the teacher see it, okay? Sabaki smiled as I finished my sentence.
Feels like I'm turning into a bad girl. You should have seen what happened yesterday. I bumped into so many people, but I didn't get a chance to apologize. Oh, honey.
You couldn't have. Don't worry about it.
I even ran away from the police. Now that one was pretty bad.
Anyone would run. The kidnapper might have ended the negotiation if you hadn't.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
Cheer up. You did what you could.
Yeah.
Even so, does the kidnapper even intend to release the hostage? If Tsubaki gets desperate and calls the police, all my work would go down in the drain. Oh, right. Apparently it's Eiichi's birthday today.
Hmm?
Her eyes become as round as a softball.
Is that so?
She took out her diary and started reading it carefully.
That's weird. Isn't Eiichi's birthday in June?
Seriously? That kid. Lunchtime rolled around. Eiichi inexplicably held a mountain of presents in his arms. What a harvest! What a harvest! And since Kyosuke's an absent-minded asshole, I'll bet he thought it was my birthday too.
This little twerp.
Anyways, 2 birthdays in a year. Maybe I really do have a talent for being a gigolo.
Hey, John, today's your birthday?
Yep. Give me something if you don't mind.
What do you want? Well, what do you got?
Ask your brother to buy me an expensive watch.
That wouldn't be a gift from me, would it? Even though it may not look like it, Nan-chan actually loves Ei-chan. Uh-huh.
Thank you so much. What kind of joke is that, you damn bitch? How many times now have you ruined my plans?
I could cook a meal for you.
Oh, I'm surprised. You know how to cook?
My specialty is cold soba noodles.
You friggin' idiot. Why would I want to eat something like that in such cold weather?
I'm also pretty good at making shaved ice snow cones. Since I'm a figure skater and all, get it?
That's a good one. That's great, Cannon. Hey, Eiichi. Oh, Kyosuke-kun. And Tsubaki-chan, too. Eiichi approached Tsubaki. Tsubaki-chan, are you alright? Since you're able to come to school, does that mean you're alright now?
Yeah. Sorry for all the trouble I've caused.
Don't worry about it. It's no big deal. Oh, right. Give me a present.
You little twerp.
Eiichi reaches out with his open palms as he asked for the present.
I actually wanted to ask about that.
Tsubaki tilted her head.
I was under the impression that your birthday's in June. Am I mistaken, Ichigo?
Eh?
Huh? So I was wrong? Well, that's just what my diary says. Sorry.
No way! It's today! It's probably just a misunderstanding? Phew, that was a close one. I would have been screwed if Tsubaki wasn't such a nice person. This kid is the poster child of true evil. Hey, you. What do you want, asshole? What's this got to do with you? But still. How is this affecting you in any way? Are you getting your ass kicked by global warming right now? You're not, are you? So keep your nose where it belongs. Well, Ichi's comment pisses me off. It's true that this doesn't affect me. Oh, crap. Wait a minute. We've seen this before. Whenever I start something, you know who always shows up to fuck me over.
Edakichi-san.
Oh God, here she comes! Ichi immediately went into defensive mode. What's the matter? Did you know it's my birthday today?
That's not what I want to talk about.
Huh?
Do you want to go get some ramen tonight?
What? Ramen?
Yeah. You, me, and Azai-san.
Why do I have to go? I subconsciously took a step forward. Sure, when?
When my part-time job ends, around 9 o'clock.
Wait, I'm busy then. I need to report to Gonzo today about selling Tsubaki's house to Sano Corporation. I need to greet the leaders and the developers. I have a ton of things on the to-do list.
Come on, find a way.
No way. I bet you are planning on making me pay for everything.
No, it's on me in celebration of Edakichi-san's birthday.
Oh? Really? Thank you! Hey now, isn't this a peachy victory? Feels good, man.
So it's a deal?
I won't be going. Usami walked away. I could almost see an aura of loneliness coming from her retreating back.
Did anyone watch TV last night? TV? No one watched it? The live show?
Tsubaki seemed to have recalled it.
So that's why it was such chaos. Right. I knew that voice was familiar.
But still, for the kidnapper to aim for that chance. I watched it! You looked so cute, Kanon-chan!
Nanchan never even imagined having a chance to hand water to a celebrity like that.
Her star-crazed nature shone through, but she looked happy regardless.
There was like a purse snatch or something going on too. It was so cool. That guy sure has guts trying to steal from someone in front of television cameras like that.
The remaining lunch break consisted entirely of a conversation revolving around Kanon's show-off antics. I rushed to Gonzo's house right after school.
Oh.
That's how it went down. It's being carried out pretty smoothly.
Very good. It is you, after all. The arrangements for selling the land to Sano are soon to be underway.
I nodded and lowered my head as though I was grateful. We should be able to sell for higher than originally expected. However, I feel that strengthening our connections with Sano is far more important than an actual profit from the sale.
Don't wag your tail too much.
I understand. Still, even Gonzo wouldn't dare ignore Sano's influence.
When's the deadline for returning the 50 million?
There's no interest until the 10th day, so I just went ahead and used the 10 days as the deadline. In any case, it'll be impossible for them to return 50 million yen within 10 days, so that piece of land is pretty much ours. Someone is counting chickens before they hatch.
Yeah.
Of course, it's a totally different story if they can catch the kidnapper and get back their ransom within 10 days.
Wasn't it difficult to get a loan of 50 million?
Thanks to your influence, Father, it went relatively smoothly, and there was no trouble involving credit or collateral.
I see. You're making good use of me.
A chill ran up my spine.
Miwa Tsubaki, was it?
The chill tore at my stomach. Gonzo moved his head around with an air of laziness.
Don't tell me you fell for her.
You must be kidding. I've already given you my word on this, Father. Rest assured, it's impossible. Tsubaki is... I wouldn't call her a hypocrite, but she's far from a woman that suits me. She would be better suited with a more normal, good-hearted student, not me.
Kyosuke.
As if intimidating a small animal, Gonzo suddenly roared.
Ambition may turn into love in the blink of an eye, but love never changes into ambition.
Ellipses. I guess that's his way of saying, make sure you have your shit together.
However, when the object of your love disappears, ambition awakens again.
Ellipses.
If she becomes a thorn in your side, would you like me to make that woman vanish?
Might really do it. This monster wouldn't have the tiniest hesitation when taking a life. And he has the means and power that don't require hesitation. I'm alright, no worries.
I trust you.
His gaze was dangerous.
So let me tell you something, son.
Ellipses.
The shares the kidnapper asked for.
Yes?
Shiratori Construction is going to be entering a sharp selling period soon.
A selling period? Is the stock price going to drop?
It's going to crash.
How do you know that? Was what I was going to ask. But on second thought, it wasn't that surprising that Gonzo held some insider information. So, the ransom the kidnapper took isn't worth 50 million anymore? In other words, Tsubaki's family has already been forced into the pit of despair. Clever guy. That's why you wanted stock. They won't be able to return the 50 million, even if they get the shares back. Selling shares when the stock's all but tanked is practically impossible, and there's already no way that the Miwe family could obtain 50 million yen in cash. But why?
Your school is being investigated by the police. Read the newspaper if you want more information.
I understand, but what a funny kidnapper. Is that what you think? Yes, the shares that he obtained through such difficulty aren't worth all that trouble in the end.
Or maybe he already knew.
Gonzo raised his thick eyebrows.
Anyone who has relations with the Sano Corporation could have predicted Shiratori Construction's crash.
Really? But wouldn't that mean the kidnapper didn't kidnap for money?
You already knew that from the start, didn't you?
Ellipses. I just realized that I wasn't interested in the kidnapper's motives or purpose. I was just thankful for this this devil's assistance. I gave it no further thought than that. I suppose that's true. If he was in it for the money, there are a lot of other richer families. Even with Tsubaki's family owning land at the center of much attention right now, why would they be the target of such a crime?
Money may be worth a different price in different hands. For example, 50 million means nothing to you and me.
50 million's quite a lot to me, Father.
But to that family, it's a significant amount of property.
In other words, Father, You believe the real intent behind the kidnapping was to drive Tsubaki's family out?
The kidnapper must be someone who profits from this family's misfortune. For example,
He made a fierce, bestial look at me as he paused. He means to say, someone like me.
hypothetically, of course.
His deep, dark laughter echoed in the room.
Still, there are a few holes if we make this assumption.
Excuse me?
Why did the kidnapper bother to take the ransom?
Oh, right. If the kidnapper knew that Shiratori's construction stocks were about to drop, why did he go through all the trouble to get the ransom? You have a point. The kidnapper achieved his goal the moment the 50 million yen were changed into shares.
Also, I don't understand why he chose to kidnap if he only wanted to run the family into financial ruin. Stealing would be more safe than kidnapping, a crime which runs a high risk of involving the police.
Still, this man is getting more and more fearsome.
It's like he had total confidence in what he was doing. Sounds like maybe he was just doing it for entertainment.
How did Gonzo come up with such a detailed hypothesis going only on what I told him? I guess that just proves that violence alone wasn't all he needed to get to where he is today. Maou. For an unknown reason, this word escaped my mouth.
Ah,
Gonzo didn't overlook this word.
He doesn't look happy about it either.
No, a girl called Asumi transferred to our school recently, and she claims that the kidnapper is Maou.
her evidence?
She says the kidnapper made contact through the cell phone Maou gave her a few days earlier.
Is that so?
But father, Usami has some, shall we say, psychological issues. I was thinking that this might just be her imagination.
Ellipses.
Gonzo gently closed his eyes.
So, whatever happened between Usami and Maou in the past had such an impact on her that it was enough to drive her to these crazy ideas.
No. Well, Usami did say once that they were connected somehow.
Then, your job is to investigate that connection.
Ellipses. So, I'll have to open my heart and talk with Usami. I thought of Usami's elusive attitude. This is going to be a headache.
Mao's target may even be that girl named Usami.
Yeah, right. Why would a strong figure like Maou be targeting a worthless girl like Usami? Wait, I can't be sure that she doesn't have anything worthwhile. Suddenly, the cell phone in my shirt pocket started vibrating. I wouldn't dare answer a phone in the presence of Gonzo.
As I thought. So that's why there's a female scent on you. It's that woman.
Gonzo seemed almost pleased.
But, Kyosuke, you're not forgetting about your other mission. To catch Maou, are you?
Never. Though, it is true that I have it on a low priority. The task currently on my hands is more important than looking for some devil I don't even know. Well, it's about time for me to go.
All right. I'm looking forward to good news from you.
I took a deep bow and left Gonzo's house. I checked my call history after leaving the house. Apparently, it was Iichi. Usami probably is with him. Going to get some ramen with them would be a complete waste of my time, but I was just subjected to Gonzo's lecturing. Maybe I should call Aichi back. No, wait. The true identity of Maou has nothing to do with me. I'm not about to expose myself to spending time with that irritating Usami just for a tip or two. Maybe I should blow them off and head to Tsubaki's house for a check-in. I need to keep an eye on them. It'll be bad news if they get desperate and call the police. What should I do? Right. When I think about it rationally, Sabaki's family is as good as finished. Even if they manage to get the ransom back, it'll be practically worthless after the stock crashes. I should therefore obey Gonzo's orders and find this Maou guy. I called Aichi and headed for Central Boulevard. Ellipses. Megalipses. You're late, Kyosuke-kun. Ichi and Usami were waiting for me in front of the ramen place. We're really hungry, isn't that right, Usami-san?
Yep, I haven't eaten anything since this morning.
Are you pinched for money?
It's not that. Even I'm just not hungry sometimes.
You have money though, right? At least enough to treat Aichi? Usami raised her chin proudly.
Of course. I have my salary. Do you want me to treat you too, Azai-san?
I'll pass. I don't want to owe someone something for some silly ramen. Look at this rich kid! Actually, now that I think about it, since when do you eat things beside junk food, Aichi? I kinda have to in order to live, you moron. I can shove it down just fine as long as I'm not around a chick I'm interested in. So, let's go in. I'm going to eat so much.
Aichi-san, don't order a large, if you don't mind. Hey! She said his name right!
Huh?
And no toppings either, if possible.
What the heck?
Sorry, I forgot to withdraw money. I only have 1,000 yen in my wallet.
Eh? You don't get birthdays every day.
You would if you could, you little twat.
Yeah, he is a mean boy.
Ellipses. Fine. I won't eat anything. Order whatever you want.
Oh, really? Ha ha ha, what's that all about? How disgusting. Don't tell me she's actually a nice person.
Go on.
Usami handed Aichi the 1,000 yen bill. Huh?
Yeah.
There was something unusual about Aichi's hesitation. Could even this kid be affected by a guilty conscience? And the Grinch's heart grew 3 sizes that day. Oh no. And the asshat's heart grew 3 sizes that day. Thanks. Well, here I go. But it was still 5 sizes too small. I suppose that was asking for the impossible. Ha 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 ha. When you're a demon like me, scamming women out of money is just like taking candy from a baby. Ellipses. I have no intention of helping Usami, but... oh well, it's not my money. Aichi happily took the money from Usami.
Well, I'll wait for you guys outside.
Usami crossed her arms and sat down by the roadside. Ellipses. Ellipses. It was as if her whole body was screaming in a pitiful, horrible plea. I'm hungry. Usami-san, how about this?
Yes?
Do you want to share this bowl of ramen?
No. Wouldn't that make us a couple? No, wait, I've never seen couples do that before. Doesn't make you a couple.
Then why don't we go to another restaurant? What do you think about roasted beef rice? What's happened to this guy? He must have started to feel guilty.
If that's what you want, Aichi-san, I'll oblige.
Ellipses. Damn it, what's wrong with me today? Why can't I keep my evil mode on? If we're going someplace else, let's hurry. I'm pretty busy, you know. Ellipses. Ellipses. I exited the restaurant after the late night dinner was finished. Well, I'll see you at school. See ya! I was stopped as I turned to leave.
Wait a second if you would, Azai-san.
What for?
There's a reason I asked you to join me today.
What about me? Usami adjusted her hair and said,
There's something I wanted to ask you.
About yesterday? Where did the ransom go? It must have bothered her all night.
Yes. I want to hear your opinion on when, where, and how the shares in the briefcase disappeared.
Lord if I know. The details Tsubaki had told me about resurfaced in my mind. It happened at 9:30 last night, right? Central Boulevard was all messed up because of Cannon's show.
Yes. It was at that moment that Maou took the briefcase in front of the burger shop.
Did Tsubaki put it there?
Yes.
But you'd already switched out the briefcase with the one you prepared, right?
Yes. Therefore, the shares inside Tsubaki's briefcase were already gone before I swapped it for mine.
I see. How did the kidnapper get the ransom? This has nothing to do with me, but it sparks my curiosity. Excuse me. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. The 50 share certificates were all placed in an envelope, correct?
Yes.
You're positive Tsubaki placed the shares in the briefcase in the first place?
I saw it with my own 2 eyes. She put the envelope containing the shares into the briefcase immediately after she bought it at the store.
Did Tsubaki ever check the contents of the briefcase afterward?
I doubt it. I asked her earlier this afternoon, and Tsubaki doesn't remember opening the briefcase after putting the shares in.
So, Tsubaki just assumed that the shares were still inside the briefcase while she was running around the city.
Although, the same goes for me, too.
She scratched her head and smiled ironically. Hello? Let me join in here. So, what do you want to ask? Usami frowned when she heard my prompt.
Let me get this straight, Kazai-san.
She took a step forward.
The briefcase was locked in the station lockers twice yesterday.
Right.
The first time was around noon, when Tsubaki was riding to Sakuraragi City. The second time was at night, when Tsubaki was headed to the park in the Eastern District.
And?
Now about the lockers in question. I guarded it for its first stay in the lockers. There was no sign of any suspicious activity. But what about the second time?
So that's what she wanted to say. Usami had asked me to stay by the lockers yesterday. I didn't spot anyone strange near it.
You didn't see a tall, thin man in a black coat?
Is that the kidnapper?
Yes. That's Maou.
'Cause, there are plenty of tall, thin guys with black coats around here. About how old is he? Usami replied with confusion.
I can't say for sure. I would guess he's a young man.
Early 20s? Older?
Like I said, I can't say for sure. I only saw his back. Anyway, all young men are tall and thin these days, so it didn't have much to go on when guessing his age.
Apparently, Usami doesn't have anything conclusive on Maou. Alright, I get it. Point is, I didn't see a man like that when I was guarding it. Could he have been disguised? Aichi popped out. Well, I don't really know anything about it. I just wanted to join the conversation. No one approached the locker in any case.
Are you absolutely sure?
I felt the piercing gaze against which even my deepest secrets have no protection. Absolutely. Well, I was a bit tired at the time, so I might have been a bit out of it. That's it! Kyosuke-kun let the kidnapper go! I apologize if that turns out to be the case.
Don't worry about it. I didn't catch the kidnapper either.
Still. Hadn't Tsubaki already locked the locker?
Yes. Tsubaki had the key with her the whole time as she ran around the city and went into the park.
Well then, this is a non-issue. Nobody could have opened the locker and stolen the ransom without the key.
You have a point.
Usami nodded in agreement.
Ellipses.
She's playing with her hair again. Have you hit an impasse?
Not exactly.
Then you've got an idea?
Ellipses.
Usami went silent. What? Don't tell me you're suspecting me again. I laughed as I tested the waters.
Ellipses.
Kyosuke-kun is totally a thin, tall young man. And to tell you the truth, I have a black coat, too. Usami didn't laugh. Listen, Usami-san. Why would Kyosuke-kun want to kidnap Tsubaki's brother? Yeah, why do I have to be the one with idle enough hands to do something like that?
The motives of the kidnapper are still a mystery, even now. I guess you could say I'm at an impasse at that front, at least.
Since you look so troubled, let me tell you some juicy news. This is rapidly becoming a pain in the ass. The stocks of Shiratori construction that the kidnapper specified. Usami started playing with her hair again. I've heard they're going to plummet.
Usami's fingers, lost in her long hair, suddenly stopped swirling.
You're kidding.
Not in the least.
How'd you find out about this?
I heard it from Papa.
So, should we interpret this as a mistake on Mao's part?
I don't know about that. Shiratori construction stock drop could have been predicted by anyone with the tiniest relation to the... Usami interrupted me.
So you're saying the kidnapper might have intentionally chosen this form of ransom due to prior knowledge about the stock drop?
It's pretty out there, I know.
I see.
She sighed. Just something to ruminate on.
Most definitely.
Usami took her deepest bow yet. Anyway, all we can do at the moment is pray that Tsubaki's brother returns safely.
True.
I turned as our conversation began to wind down.
Sorry for holding you up. I appreciate your time.
Usami left. Wait, I totally didn't realize her brother is still captive. Is he going to be alright? It's getting late. Ellipses. Ellipses.
He demanded that she keep it secret, even from her parents. Late that night, Tsubaki moved silently towards a nearby park. Alone.
This seems like a bad plan.
She told her father she would be taking a walk. Although she never was good at lying, she wasn't scolded. Perhaps her father was too worked up over worrying about Hiroaki's safety. Her cell phone had rang that day as she returned home in the evening. Tsubaki had been summoned. As she thought she might be able to get her brother back, she obeyed. She sat on the specified bench, awaiting Hiroaki's appearance in the kidnapper's voice. A voice came from behind her.
Do not turn around.
Its commanding tone forced a shiver up her spine. Though she hadn't sensed anything, the man was already behind Tsubaki.
First of all,
It was a voice from the calls, a voice she'd heard many times. Sure enough, it was the kidnapper.
don't get excited and turn around. Your beloved little brother will make headlines tomorrow if you get the tiniest glimpse of my face.
Tsubaki couldn't help but get nervous. The kidnapper was right behind her.
Your reply?
I understand.
Yes. That's a good girl.
Tsubaki felt like running away from this place. I've done everything you've asked me to up to this point. Now it's your turn. Her knees trembled in fear. The terror overwhelmed even her throat as it vainly attempted to form coherent words. Please. Give him back to me. A sigh from behind her penetrated her ears.
Done everything I've asked, you say?
I've already got the money, and I didn't call the police. Tsubaki slowly explained the situation. What could the kidnapper possibly be discontent with?
Then why did Usami Haru get in the way?
What?
Well, you didn't tell her not to let Usami Haru get in the way. True. Usami intended to catch me. Surely you couldn't have been oblivious to that.
True. Haru had chased the kidnapper along Central Boulevard. She had also swapped the briefcases containing the ransom. Could this have angered the kidnapper? Tsubaki came clean. Haru-chan says she wanted to catch you.
And you agreed to let her?
Yes. Tsubaki immediately began to wonder if she might have made the wrong choice. Haru-chan tried to catch you and also swap the briefcases. Are you angry? Oh, honey.
She swapped briefcases, huh?
He laughed through his nose.
In an emergency like that, it's pretty clever to come up with such a plan.
Even so, it was all in vain against such a talented criminal. The kidnapper had already taken the ransom some time before then.
Nevertheless, Tsubaki, let's just pretend Usami's plan had worked out. What do you think would have happened if you had gotten your ransom back?
What would happen? Tsubaki didn't know. All she knew for certain was that his voice, his horrific voice which crushed and subdued one's spirit, was capable of inspiring endless depths of terror.
You promised to hand over the money. In stark contrast to this promise, you betrayed me. I would be certainly within my bounds if I exacted revenge on you. Wouldn't you agree?
I'm very, very sorry. She loosed torrential words of apology, swift and profuse.
Usami told you, didn't she, that your brother would never return even after you handed over the ransom?
Yes. She said the hostage was the biggest risk.
I had intended to let him return unharmed.
Maou sighed.
Think about it. When one says the hostage won't return, one means he's being killed.
Each hair on Tsubaki's body stood on end.
Use your brain and think. I don't want to get involved with the police. I emphasized this.
Yes.
If the hostage never came back, what would you do? You'd call the police, for sure. And killing someone without leaving a single trace behind is practically impossible, you see.
Mao's casual description of such monstrosities were far too detailed and concise for comfort. This subconscious realization sent Tsubaki's stomach reeling. As she could no longer attempt to fathom his words without becoming ill, Tsubaki caved in and accepted his claims.
You were instigated by Usami.
Haru-chan only wanted to help.
No, that's not the case.
The kidnapper interrupted.
Usami didn't try to catch me for your sake, and friendship wasn't guiding her actions.
Huh?
It was a grudge.
A chill tainted the air.
Do you want to know more?
Tsubaki couldn't answer the kidnapper's question. Her silence stirred up laughter from the darkness.
I suppose your biggest concern at the moment is your brother's return. Am I right?
These words flung her back towards her mission. Lightly curling her stiff fingers, Tsubaki nervously asked, "Will you release him?" The adversary replied with a sigh which suddenly transformed into another bout of laughter.
As long as you obey my orders.
His wild laughter took a tight grip of Tsubaki's heart. That condition had been more of a threat than a request. Tsubaki's lips were shivering. She could no longer feel the chill in the air. She thought only of getting as far away from here as she could. She vaguely sensed a feeling of disgust at this man through the haze of fear. Maou. She remembered the time when Haru mentioned this name. Maou reached out his claws and closed the distance between Tsubaki and himself. Tsubaki always looked into her partner's eyes when upholding a conversation, yet the courage to turn back, the courage to face the terror behind her, was entirely absent in Tsubaki at the moment. The wind blew. Maou whispered softly into her ear.